Highlighted the hard times that the local economy is in. Economic growth shocked in the first quarter, contracting by 2.2%, the lowest quarterly decline since the second quarter of 2009 during the global financial crisis. Stats SA says the contraction of the economy was broad-based, but it was the productive sectors of the economy behind the shrinkage.
Agriculture plunged 24% on the back of the drought in the Western Cape, leading to a decrease in field crop and fruit harvest. Mining contracted by 10% due to the drop in production of gold, platinum crude metals and iron ore. Manufacturing also shrank, driven mainly by a fall in basic iron and steel, petroleum and chemical production.
It is concerning, especially now that gross fixed capital formation, so fixed investment, actually contracted again in this quarter by 3.2% after having expanded at the end of last year by 7%. It is concerning because fixed investment is a crucial ingredient for creating sustainable economic growth and job creation. Unemployment is still hovering at around 27%. Youth unemployment, there are some estimations, is about 57%. So every second young South African cannot find work. And so it is crucial that the policies are directed towards raising investment, and otherwise we are not going to make enough progress.
Manufacturing seems to be recovering slightly. April's manufacturing production rebounded by 1.1% year-on-year from a contraction of 1.3% year-on-year in March, while for the 3 months to April it fell by 3%. Still, the recent Purchasing Managers Index suggests marginal improvement in the sector.
The 1.1% growth rate year-on-year in April for manufacturing production is really not a very good figure. It's below our expectations. We had expected that the figure would be a little higher for the simple reason that in last year's April we had the full Easter long weekend, whereas this year only part of the Easter long weekend fell into April, and therefore there was actually an additional working day which ought to have actually boosted growth. When you take that, adjust for that day, extra day, manufacturing production actually declined somewhat.
Economists expect the economy to fare better this year, but say due to the first quarter poor outcome, GDP growth forecast will most likely be revised downwards slightly. The SABC Business Confidence Index moderated by 2 index points between April and May. Compared to May last year, the BCI was up 0.8 index points. The rand depreciated to its lowest level since December 2017 on an emerging market risk aversion ahead of today's G7 summit and next week's Federal Reserve, European Central Bank and Bank of Japan meetings. Fuel prices went up this week, with motorists having to pay at least 82 cents more per litre of petrol and 87 cents more per litre of diesel. It was the third consecutive fuel hike this year, and there is a possibility of another increase next month. Stats SA will next week release the retail trade sales and mining production figures for April. Soda Sofa Komusi, SABC News, Johannesburg.